Welcome to today's Fast Holiday Workshop. Today we're going to be making some fabulous foil art. So here's what you need for today's workshop. Some form of recycled cardboard, a cereal box is perfect, a selection of permanent Sharpie textures. I'd really recommend the metallic ones, they look the best. String or cotton or even wool if you have it, a pair of scissors and some aluminium foil. The first thing you're going to do is to get something like a recycled cereal box, and you're going to think about the shape that you want your artwork to look like. So I'm going to make a bit of a skinny long one today, I think, which you can use any shape you like. And as you can see, you'll be able to get lots of different creations out of one cereal box, which is great. A cereal box is a really good thickness for this as well. Not too thick, not too thin. Now you're going to make what we call tags, and they're about 1 centimetre long. You see that? Now, it's up to you where you want to put them, because the tags are going to be needed to thread the cotton around to make shapes. So don't necessarily make them symmetrical. They actually look really interesting if you have some further apart and then a couple close together. A couple on that side. Probably put about 3 tags on each side, 2 close together, 1 a little further away. Don't be too concerned if it's not exactly 1 centimetre. Now what you do is you get your string or your cotton or wool, and you don't even need to tie it off because the tag will hold it there. Okay, so you just pull it down so it's nice and firm, thread it through the tags. The good thing about this is if you change your mind, you just pull it out. Come across here, and each time you're crossing over, you're going to be making some interesting shapes. Across here, might go here, so we're starting to make a bit of a triangle shape. You can't go wrong either. There's no mistakes. Anything you do will look fantastic. That's the beauty of these. Everybody's creation is unique. So as you can see, I've got lots of nice shapes on my tag board, and all I need to do to finish is just snip off the end, and the tag will keep that nice and secure. Now what we need to do is to get the foil out, and we're going to cover over the top. Now you've got a bit of a decision here. You can decide whether you want the really shiny side or this side, which is a little duller, but both look fantastic. They're just a little bit different in the final result. So I'm actually going to go for the dull side. You just literally put it over. Be really gentle. One tip I'll give you, be gentle because foil is actually quite fragile. But again, if it does tear, what you have to do is break off another piece and try again. Okay, so it's a little bit like wrapping up your sandwich. You're going to wrap it up like a little parcel. Try and be really neat and tidy with this because it looks really good if your edges are nice and straight. So take your time. That's it. If you're a bit younger, maybe you could ask Mum to help you with this part, or Dad, an older brother or sister. Good, so we've got our little parcel. Now, this is the fun bit. You need to get your finger and very gently, you just feel for the cotton and you gently press it so that the raised lines come through on the foil. And this is what's giving you the shapes that you're going to use to colour in later on. Start with a shape. So I might choose this triangle here. And I'm going, I'll use a black to start with. It does look really good as an effect if you gently outline each shape. But a tip I'll give you for this is to be really careful when you get close to the raised parts because you can accidentally go through and tear it. Again, it's not a big deal. You can just start again. So you've got your shape. Now, this is where you need to start thinking about the colours that you use. So if you really want it to pop, think about colour combinations. For instance, if you're going to combine a hot pink and a lovely bright yellow, obviously they're going to stand out with each other. So I might do some circles. Again, be really gentle. You don't want to go through your foil there. Also, if you can get metallic Sharpies, they look amazing. This one's got quite a metallic sort of finish to it, this hot pink, and it's jumping out against the silver, which looks great. So you might like to do lots of different sizes, your circles or dots. You might even like to pretend that the line is cutting the pattern in half, so you'll have some that are sort of semicircles, some full circles. Looks like a bit of pizza. And then you can leave it as silver if you want to, or you can get the yellow, as I said, and just carefully fill in the spaces, the negative space around the dots, and that really makes that pink pop. That there's so many different combinations of colours you could use, patterns. Okay, so there's my first shape done. It does look really good as well if some of the shapes next to pattern shapes you just do with a single colour. That really seems to emphasise the pattern. So I'm going to show you what I've done previously. This probably took me about 40 minutes. And I just systematically went around each shape, and as you can see, I've just experimented with different patterns. I quite like that swirly pattern. Some I combined with 2 colours, some I left the silver, some I filled in the whole shape. On the actual foil, there's a diamond pattern, so that's already there. It's embossed on it. So if you want to trace around that, you can really easily get a nice diamond pattern as well. Okay, so here's my finished artwork. And if you sort of look at it in different light, you can really see the raised areas and the light catches the foil. That looks really great. You can imagine that on a wall. And a really good tip, you know, the cheap black frames you get from $2 shops. Imagine that in a black frame up on your wall. That would look fantastic. I cut really small pieces of cardboard and just drew a little owl on there, peacock feather, and a rainbow. So there's a few things you could do with these tiny little pieces of art. Again, if you had a little frame, you could actually position these in a row. Or if you have a little hole punch, you just punch a little hole, use your cotton, and you can make a little necklace. Or if you're really brave, you could have a pair of earrings. Well, thank you for watching our latest Fast Holiday workshop, our fabulous foil workshop. And we would absolutely love it if you would be able to post your creations on our Tamworth City Facebook page so we can see what sort of designs you came up with. And don't forget to keep watching so you can find out what you need for our very next workshop.
In our next workshop, we'll be doing a bit of an experiment with these celery straws. In order to do this, you'll need some glasses, some water, some sort of food colouring, and of course some celery. We'll see you then.